Hey, I'm Nikki, and you're watching my iHeartRadio Ask Anything Chat. Thanks to Romeo and Most Requested Live for having me on here to talk about my latest single, Every Summertime. Let's get into your questions. Anne from San Pedro, California asks, aside from your new song, what's your favorite summertime song? I would say Easy by the Commodores, because it reminds me of my dad. And a more recent one is Solar Power by Lorde. Bailey from Cincinnati, Ohio asks, if you were in a taxi with my grandma and she asked you to tell her what you do for a living, how would you explain, Nikki? I would probably lie and say, I work in music, Grandma, and I have to deal with a lot of crazy artists. That's what I would say. Julie from Seattle, Washington asks, what was the best summertime you ever had? I would say the summer after I graduated high school in 2017 was a very fun, memorable summer. And more recently, summer of 2021. That was a great summer as well. Kartika from Indonesia asks, hi Nikki, how does music make you feel? Do you think music changes how you dress and act? By the way, you were my number one on my Spotify Wrapped. Aw, love you. Love you too, that's so sweet. Music makes me feel all kinds of ways, obviously, but I definitely like to listen to music most when I am sad. I think a lot of people can relate to that, unless I'm weird. Does it affect the way I dress and act? I don't think so. I don't know. I feel like that's something you'd have to ask my loved ones and the people that are around me all the time. Raymart from California asks, from a scale of 1 to 100, how much do you love your fans? I love you 3,000. Lucas from France asks, are you planning to do a Europe tour? Great question. Oui. That would truly be a dream come true. I just can't wait for the day that I get to tour the world. And France would absolutely be on my list. Aries or Ares from Indonesia asks, Nikki, don't you want to give us a fandom name? I thought that you guys were the Moon Children. But then again, I guess that's tied to only one album, so I don't know. You guys tell me. You're more creative than me most of the time, so. Icha from Surabaya asks, what's on your wish list this year? A Dyson Airwrap. I'm truly just very sincerely intrigued. Detola, I hope I said your name right, from Toronto asks, which artist or song is currently on repeat for you nowadays? P.S. Please come to Toronto. I would love to come to Toronto. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I get to sometime soon. I love Toronto. Love it. As far as an artist or song that's currently on repeat for you nowadays, All Too Well 10-minute version by Taylor Allison Swift, the Empress of the Universe. Robin from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania wants to know your most favorite slang word in Bahasa Indonesia. I really like the word asik. Asik. You know? I don't know why, because it technically means like cool or like suave. You're doing something really like in a suave and like cool manner. But it's just a sentiment that I feel like is very Indonesian and specific to Indonesia. And so yeah, I would say asik. Davina from Sidoarjo wants to know, what was your reaction when you found out Every Summertime was viral everywhere? Honestly, I was very late to this trend. I like truly had no idea it was even trending. The way I found out was my brother texted me and was like, hey, your song is viral on TikTok. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? That's when I figured it out. I had to find out from my 11-year-old little brother. So there you go. Steph from Edmonton, Alberta wants to know, if you could rewrite or revise any of your songs, which one would it be? I mean, you know, I feel like there's a lot of tiny little things all over my discography that could be tweaked. But one particular incident that I remember is right after Low Key had been submitted to be released out into the world. It just occurred to me that it goes, low key, ha ha. Ha ha. It repeats twice. And I remember right when I submitted it, I was like, oh my God, I wish it was ha ha. Ha ha. And I didn't get to make that edit, so. But now I like it. Now it's grown on me and I can't hear the song any other way, so. Kate from Los Angeles wants to know, suppose you meet a stranger, which of your songs should they listen to get to know you? Great question. This might surprise you all, but I would say Hallway Weather. That song is me in a song, even though it's a seasonal Christmas song, but yeah, Hallway Weather. Olivia from Latrobe, Pennsylvania asks, "Hi Nikki, Zephyr is one of my favorite albums, EPs ever, and I was so excited when I found out you produced a lot of the songs independently. What was the process like of learning how to produce? P.S. Thank you for being such a big inspiration for me as a Southeast Asian woman." Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you so much. Learning how to produce for me was a very gradual process. I had a YouTube channel and I realized very quickly that recording straight into photo booth was not going to cut it. And I had to figure out how to record the audio in a better way. And so I figured out, okay, I need to get a microphone, and okay, what program do I connect it to? Okay, GarageBand. That was the first DAW I ever worked with. And yeah, I would encourage you to start with GarageBand. It's so easy. I used to just record my guitar and my vocal into GarageBand, and then I figured out the entire library of sounds, and it just went from there. It was a lot of trial and error. Over time, I upgraded to Logic. Just explore. All right, you guys, that is it. There are no more questions. Thank you so much for submitting them. Thanks for tuning in to my Ask Anything chat. Again, shout out to Romeo and Most Requested Live for having me on here. My new song is called Every Summertime. Go stream it, go listen to it, show your parents, show your siblings, show your cousins, show your friends, show your goldfish and your dog and your dog's dog. And I hope you have a great 2022. Love y'all.